Everybody, welcome to week 3, consumer behavior. I got got one of my scenery pictures up here. This one of a runner, and I got that up because of the Olympics. I don't know if those of you, eh, you may or may know when I may have talked about it before. Like when I was in high school, I ran track in high school. The school was in Power Memorial in New York City. But the other night, that's me there, kind of trying to run there. But last night on the Olympics, we had young man that won the 1500 meter, and just coincidence, I went to school with his dad. We were on the track team together, so it was just nice to see somebody that you knew years, like in my case, we knew years ago. Some success there. His dad also went to the Olympics back in like '76. But so that was just nice. So that's why I got to run the thing up. So, all right. So aside from that, let me see. We're going here to our course room here. Last week's discussion, very good. Everybody's doing real good on their interaction, writing bits instead of little snippets, so that's all good too. The assignments, they're done. Good on assignments. Those of you that have issues with, I let you know. Those of you have been, with me, I pretty much, if there's something really, really bad, I'll send it back to you for resubmission. If it's a repeat of just previous things we've talked about, then I may go a little lower on the grade, but it just depends. So one of the issues, which I'm doing this in all the classes this week, so I just wanted to, if you go into Google and put in OWL writing right there, OWL writing, you do the OWL writing, you'll come up with this here. You should come up with here and go to the Purdue University Online Writing Lab. And this is a very good source. This is the source for pretty much everybody in the world of writing. People going for their doctorate degrees or whatever. It has all the rules, little tips and everything on writing techniques. So for those of you that it applies to, or if it applies to any of you in this course, I would suggest that you go there and kind of look around a little bit, get tips on proper writing. There's things like sometimes there'll be you're writing a paper, like in this case, like each week we're doing we're doing some sort of a paper or whatever. Where are we at? All right, so here, so you're gonna have a paper, page long or something like that. But sometimes students will have very, very long, and I'll say that in my feedback, very, very long paragraph, one giant paragraph. And so that's, for grammar and structure, that's no good. Paragraphs, when you start a paragraph, the first sentence is indented. Paragraph should have 3 to 5 sentences, maybe 6 or 7, depends, but I mean, not half a page or a page long, Sentences should not be like bullet points. They should be complete sentences. Read a sentence by itself and see if it makes sense just by itself. If you read the first sentence of an assignment and it doesn't tell you what the assignment's about, then so the reader has no idea what they're looking at. So it's part of part of this is also because depending on what you're doing down the road in your career, where you're at now, where you go down later, you may have to write reports, do presentations and things like that on, be it marketing or some other topic. And so this is part of that learning process. So you have that skill to do that. I know for some it may be difficult to do writings. It's just something you have to get used to and learn, probably regardless of where you're at, depending, if you're going to be in management, things like that, you're going to have to, know how to do this. So that's why I kind of harp on the grammar part a little bit. So, alrighty. So that's, okay, so each week, like I said here, so this week, you got the 3 chapters, Alright, so you got 8, 8 through 10. So each one has to do with it's kind of like the psychology of consumer behavior of marketing. You got the introduction to behaviors. The other 2 chapters got to do with what they call classical conditioning. Scroll down here. Conditioning, the learning process. When I was in the Domino Pizza world, our vice president used to say, he says, we train our customers. You know, they're our customers, but we train them to how. So we automatically, you know, when we go to get something, there's a certain thing we do as customers. Whether it be you go to McDonald's, you know, you automatically ask for ketchup because they're not going to give it to you if you don't ask for it. There's certain things, but then in some places there's positive things where, you know, for whatever the case is. So, but yeah, conditioning, learning, you know, so there's some psychology terms involved in this too. And as always, for quizzes and exams, I tell you, you know, concepts, definitions, terminology, things like that. And then that chapter 10 has how do you influence, things to do that, you know, we influence the behavior of customers. So a lot of stuff goes into it. Um, but there you go. Um, discussion, same thing. You've been doing so. No issues under discussion. Seeing, you know, more writing instead of little short. You know, if you start doing the short one-liners, don't cut it because you're not explaining. Other thing on the discussions, you know, discussions, because of the way the course is structured, happens within the 1 week that it's happening. I've had some questions about getting points for doing late replies, like after the discussion's over, and that, you know, be honest, that wouldn't be fair to the students that are in here on time. You know, so yeah, you don't. I'm not giving credit for you know, doing replies after the week is over because there's no longer any interaction. So you know, just I just want to be clear on that. So, and that's why, you know, we tell everybody get that first one in there on Wednesday, and then by Sunday get the other 2 in there. So, or watch this video and you get credit for watching the video as long as you let me know about it and pass the test question. So, okay. I think that will do it for this week. My test question, of course, is what's going on here. Those of you know about my grandkid, I babysit him in the afternoon, so you can just tell me what's happening here, and that way I know you watched the video. So, all right, everybody, have a great week. Get in touch if you need anything. Take care.